So you want to become a tailor, a fashion designer, seamstress, sewist. You want to be able to make outfits for yourself and wear your outfits, or you want to be able to make outfits for your relation, your friends, or for clients and make some money off sewing. Or is it that you were able to make this particular illustration and you want to bring that illustration to life and have people wear your designs, or you don't know where to start from, you don't know the process that is involved in sewing? Here are 5 practical steps that if you take, you're going to be sewing in no time, okay? Trust me, the steps that I've laid out, if you are able to follow it, pay attention to it, follow it, practicalize it, you are going to be making that your particular dream come to life. So this particular video is courtesy of the plenty comments I've been getting on my beginners video, because I've been making a whole lot of beginner videos on my channel, and on those videos I get comments like, where do I start from? How do I sew? I don't have any knowledge of sewing, so where do I start from? What are the process involved in sewing? And I got this particular comment that I would love to actually reply to that person right now. Somebody is asking, can I be able to learn how to sew online without any knowledge at all? Can I be able to understand sewing just from watching online videos? Yes, please. Yes, okay, you can. And trust me, if you follow the steps that I am laying out right now, you would be sewing in no time. I'm not just saying this, I am actually saying it out of experience. I have come on here on my channel to talk about how I was able to learn how to sew just in 3 months, and the rest of the knowledge I have right now is self-taught, okay? I am teaching myself from the online videos. I am making research, everything I am doing it by myself. And I also know somebody that had no knowledge about sewing, and she's able to make outfits today just from watching online videos. And I'm going to tag her. She has a YouTube channel right now where she teaches people how to sew. How did she learn how to sew? From online. So yes, you can actually learn how to sew online, only if you pay attention and you practicalize the steps, okay? Not just my steps. Pay attention to any sewing videos that you're watching and really understand what they're saying. And trust me, if you're paying attention, you're jotting something down, you're writing something down, you will be sewing and making outfits that you will never believe you can. I started this video by saying here are 5 practical steps. It means that these steps need to be written down in a book. So please go grab a pen and a book and write down the whole steps that I'm about to give to you, and make sure you practicalize this, okay? It will not work if you do not practicalize, okay? If you don't practicalize consistently, these steps are of no good to you. So please grab your book and write down the steps, and let's get into the actual video. If you want to learn how to sew, you really want to get on a sewing machine and be able to match your sewing machine and make an actual outfit, by yourself from scratch, you need to get some basic tools, okay? There are some basic tools you need to have as a fashion designer or as a tailor, as a sewist, seamstress. There are some basic tools that you need to have. And you guys, please, I'm going to be putting down some videos on the description box so you can go watch these videos, because these videos are other videos that I've made that can really help you understand some of the things that I'll be calling out here, the basic tools. Go to my description box and follow all the links that I'm going to be laying out there and watch the videos, okay? So you need to have some basic tools. That's the number 1 steps. You need these tools. Without these tools, you are nothing. Without these tools, you are not a tailor, okay? You need to have, these are basic tools. I'm not going to be calling anything extra. I'm just going to be calling the basic things that you need to have to start your journey, okay? So the first thing you need to have is needle and thread, and you're going to be using your needle and thread. So even patchworks, if you have some cuts on your clothes, you can use your needle and thread to sew that in, and that is like a process or a start point for you to becoming a tailor. Once you know how to use your needle and thread, you're already going into this journey, okay? So needle and thread is important, stroke your sewing machine. Now if you want to become a tailor, you want to know how to sew, you need to actually have a sewing machine, okay? Needle and thread works, yes, hand sewing, but also you need a sewing machine, manual, industrial, whichever you can lay your hands on, even the hand machine, just something you can use to stitch your fabric. So sewing machine is the next thing you need to get, and another thing you need to get is tape. So the first thing is thread, needle and thread, stroke sewing machine to go hand in hand. The next thing is your tape. Now you need to have a tape, okay? A tape is very necessary for anybody in the sewing industry, be it the tailor, be it somebody selling fabric, be it a whatever it is you are doing in the fashion world, you need a tape. So very important, please get a tape. And like I said, I'm going to be putting down a video on my description box that can teach you how to properly read your tape. Okay, so grab your tape, and also you need a ruler, you need a pattern paper to, you know, practice your design, practice your basic borders, practice, you know, whatever it is you want to practice. The pattern paper is the best option because you can actually waste your pattern paper, but you cannot waste your fabric. Like if you waste your fabric, you're going to be wasting a lot of fabric when you're going into the sewing journey. Once you are fresh in this journey, start with your pattern paper, because if you use fabric, you're going to waste a lot. So pattern paper is really important. You need the scissors to cut your pattern, you need pins, you need chalk, pen, and also fabric. These are the basic tools. Okay, you see the way I hurried and I called this out because I already have like a very detailed video that teaches you, you know, what to do with these basic tools. Okay, and I'm going to put in down the video, the link on the description box. Now once you have these basic tools, congratulations, you're now a tailor. Congratulations, you are now on your way to the sewing journey. What is on your way? You're already there. Like having these tools makes you, yes, you're now one of us. The next step that you need to take now that you have your basic tools is start sewing. That's the next step. Okay, my step 2 is start sewing, and you heard me right. You have your tools already. What are you waiting for? Start sewing. So yeah, please learn how to use your needle and thread to make straight lines and curved lines, because it is really important you know how to do that, especially when you can't afford the sewing machine. You can start with your needle and thread. As far as you're serious about going into the journey, start from anywhere, okay? You can use anything, which is your needle and thread, and start from anywhere. You don't even need to have the sewing machine for you to be able to make outfits. You can use your needle and thread. So yeah, learn how to use your needle and thread to make stitches, straight line, curved lines. There are a whole lot of videos on YouTube here teaching you how to hand sew, and not just on YouTube. You can go on Google and type, how do I hand sew? And you're going to see videos that will put you through hand sewing. So learn how to use your needle and thread to make stitches when you cannot afford a sewing machine. If you can afford a sewing machine, learn how to use your sewing machine to make straight lines and curved lines, and we're going to be doing that on this video. I am going to be showing you how to teach yourself to use the sewing machine at home. Okay, I'm going to be showing you how to match the sewing machine just from home. Okay, what to do to be able to know how to match the sewing machine to make stitches on your outfit. Now, before we go into the practical way I show you how to do this, I want you to know that it is really important for me. Why I think that this is the next step for you to follow is that it is important for you to know how to match your sewing machine before any other thing, because if you know how to use your sewing machine to make stitches on like your fabric or anything, you don't even need to know how to cut, how to take body measurement, or how to do any of those things. You can be using your sewing machine to sew old clothes. Once you have patches on them, you have cords, tears, you can use your sewing machine to stitch it back together. And you can also use your sewing machine to sew your old clothes, duplicating it, sewing new clothes. Okay, so you use your old clothes, place it on a fabric, trace it out, and use your sewing machine to match it. You see, you don't even know how to cut yet, you're already making outfits. So it is really important that the next step is knowing how to make stitches with your sewing machine if you're really serious about going into the journey. Okay, so let me show you what you need to do if you want to learn how to make stitches by yourself at home using your sewing machine. Now, please grab a paper, a plain sheet. The one I'm grabbing right now has lines on it, and if yours doesn't have lines, you can create lines by yourself. Use your ruler, create straight lines, a whole lot of straight lines, and you can also make curvy lines, circles, square, triangles, rectangles. Just make a whole lot of shapes, because we're going to be following these shapes with our sewing machine. Now let's get to the sewing machine and let's particularize this. For the first illustration, I will be making use of my ML sewing machine, industrial sewing machine. So the first thing I did is plug my machine to a power source because it needs power, electric, for it to function. So I'm going to plug it. So if you have yours, please do not just listen to me. Go ahead and plug your sewing machine to a power source. And the next thing I'm going to do after I have plugged it is to put on my sewing machine. Okay, so this green button here is the start button for my ML sewing machine. So go ahead and put on your sewing machine, and now let me show you the next thing I will do. So grab the paper, of course, and we are going to, first of all, for my ML, this is the button to raise the presser foot. This is the button to raise my needle up. Raise that particular place up. You see what is happening? So I raised up to put my paper. So we're going to start with a straight line, and you can see that my sewing machine does not have any thread on it. Okay, so I'll place this on the straight line and lock this down. Now once that is done, the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to start sewing. Okay, and I will show you what to do. Now when using your ML sewing machine, it comes with a paddle. So this is it. So your foot is meant to be on it, and just slightly on it. Do not put your weight on the paddle, just slightly. And we are going to be matching the machine by doing this a little bit, doing this like this. Okay, so you press it a little bit and hold on to your paper, and then we're going to match and see what it does. You put your paper in between this thing for you to get your needle into where you want to sew. For the ML sewing machine, you have to turn this, and this is just going to help your needle go into the point you want it to sit, and then you can start sewing. Now when you're doing this, please control your paper with both hands. Okay, control your paper with both hands and make sure you're sewing on the lines that you've created. And if you're sewing on the curve, do the same thing. Follow the curve that you've created gradually, and you don't even need to rush this process. You just have to do it gradually until you see that you're good at it. So let's take a look at what I have on the paper. Now you can see that I was able to consistently match on the lines that I ruled out, especially the straight lines. And that's what I'm going to advise you to do. Start with the straight lines, okay? Start with your straight lines. Sew on your straight lines consistently. And once you see that you are doing this and you're doing this well, you can move over to sewing on square lines, and then you move over to curve lines. Okay, so start with your straight lines, master this, then move to your square lines, and then you can now finish up with the circle line before you graduate into sewing on an actual fabric. Now the paper I'm using actually came lined already. It has lines on it, but I went ahead to rule out lines on my own so that you can see that you can do this on your own. If you have a plain sheet or you have something that is in line, something that, just be resourceful. Okay, go ahead and create your lines by yourself. Start creating straight lines first, create a lot of straight lines, and then you move over to creating triangle, square, and then you create a circle line, and then go ahead and sew on these lines that you have created consistently. And trust me, in no time, if you do this in no time, you'll be able to start sewing on an actual fabric. So now that this particular illustration is done, let me show you how you can use your manual machine. It's the same process, okay, but let me just show you how you can use your manual machine to sew on your paper for a while until you graduate into sewing on a fabric. For your manual machine, please make sure that it is not threaded, okay, because yeah, you don't need it threaded. So make sure that it is not threaded. And you know your manual machine comes with a paddle also. Yes. And this here controls this here, okay? So if you want to start paddling, I'm going to advise you to start rolling this first like this. Not this way, but this way. So you roll it towards yourself Just roll it towards this way, and once this start rolling, see what happens down. So see. So this paddle goes down and up and down and up. Now once it starts rolling and it is going up, down and up, place your foot on it. Do not put your weight on it, just place your foot and roll it and just follow the rhythm, or follow the up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so let's do that again. You do this, push this or roll this towards yourself like this, and once you start rolling, this is going to go up, down, up, down. Place your foot and just follow it. Okay, follow it up, down. Once you master how to paddle this up, down, or front, back, now grab your paper. Now for this, because I'm using one hand to hold my camera and this other hand to show you, and the first thing you're going to do is make sure that your needle is not stuck inside. Okay, so bring out your needle up. You see my needle is up. It's not inside. Now that it is up, there is this here that raises up this stuff. So it's at the back. You raise it up. This is down, this is up. So you go ahead and raise it up. Once that is up, you see that you have space here to put in your paper. Okay. Now once you put in your paper, you can put that thing, press it down, and then everything is locked. Now you go ahead and use this to put in your needle on the line. Okay, you see? So my needle now is going on the line, on the square line, and then I can start paddling by rolling this towards myself. I'm just following the rhythm on my leg. Okay, so let's do that. So I'll roll and then okay, so you see, you roll towards yourself and follow the rhythm with your leg. Okay, it is going up, down, and then you sew. So that is just it. Okay, that's just practically it. And when you get to a point where you need to turn, you go to the back here, raise it up, turn your paper, place this back, put your needle in the line, and then roll again to yourself, towards yourself, and then following the steps that I just showed you using the manual machine would also give you the same results that your industrial machine will give you. You see that hole? The needle is going to go through the holes on the lines and give you the same result. Okay, so the difference between your manual machine and your industrial machine is just that one needs light to work and the other doesn't need light to work, but they would all give you the same results. There are videos on YouTube that dedicated their time in showing you how to use your machine, so I'll advise you to go search for those videos so that you can be able to understand properly how to use your sewing machine. Okay, what I just showed you here is the trick or the tip, you know, that you can use at home to teach yourself how to use your machine without any guidance. Okay, just go ahead and rule different lines. Okay, zigzag, triangle, square, rectangle, circle, curved lines. Just rule out so many lines on papers and keep matching those lines. Okay, keep matching those lines until you are satisfied, until you see that you're doing it well. Just keep matching it, and once you see that you're doing it well, you can now graduate into threading your sewing machine and matching or stitching an actual fabric. Okay, and that is my number 2. For number 3, what I have here is learning how to read your tape. Remember on the step 1, I said you need to get basic tools, and in that basic tools on the list, I mentioned the tape. I also mentioned the sewing machine and the thread and needle, which we have talked about in number 2. Now number 3 now is reading your tape. Okay, part of the basic tools that you need to have, and now you need to learn how to read your tape. The tape is really very important when it comes to sewing. With a tape, you can take body measurements. With that same tape, you can mark that particular body measurement on your pattern or on your fabric. The tape is how we get the body measurements to the fabric or the pattern, how we are able to, you know, create that body form on a fabric. Without the tape, you cannot take the measurement, you cannot mark the measurement, you cannot do nothing. So you need to learn how to read your tape. Now, when you get a tape, you're going to realize that it comes in centimeters and it comes in inches. Like there are two sides on the tape, the centimeter and the inches. On my channel here, I teach you how to read the tape in inches, okay? And I'm going to be linking the video. If you're interested, I'm going to link a video, a very detailed video. I have 2 videos, but I'll link the 2 of them, yeah? Detailed video on how to actually read your tape in inches. And I'll take my time to look for a very detailed video that teaches you how to read your tape in centimeter. For those that are interested in learning the tape in centimeter, I'll put a video also down. I'll title everything for you to understand and know that this is what you're clicking, so you can click and learn. Okay, and yeah, that is number 3, learning how to read your tape. Okay, so go to the description box and click on the one that you want to learn, and please learn that. Now, once you're able to understand how to read your tape, now you can use your tape to start taking body measurement, and that is my number 4. So my number 4 is learning how to take body measurements. And once you're able to understand how to read your tape, you can be able to start taking body measurements and, you know, breaking down that body measurement on a pattern or on a fabric to create what you want to create. Now, understanding the body measurements is knowing that the body measurement has the vertical points, the vertical measurement, which is the point, and the horizontal measurement, which is the circumference of the body. Okay, so it comes in 2, vertical, horizontal, and you need to understand this fact. I also have a video which is going to be on the description box below that will teach you how to really understand your body measurement. Okay, please go watch that video. See, I'll take my time and label everything. I will title everything the way it's supposed to be, so you can go watch, follow step by step, just the way I'm naming them here. You can follow and watch and learn. Don't forget to jot something down. Don't forget to jot and particularize all you've jotted down. Okay, so yeah, you need to learn how to, you know, take body measurements, vertical measurements, the points, you standing upright, and the horizontal measurements, and that is my number 4. Now, under number 4, I also have number 4B, which is after learning how to take body measurements, you need to also learn how to break down these body measurements. Now, before you can mark your body measurements on a fabric or a pattern, you need to know how to break them down. Now, the points cannot be broken down. The points come straight, you know, from your shoulder to your bust, to your waist, to your hip, it comes straight. Now, for your horizontal measurement, which is your round measurement, you need to break these measurements down to be able to mark this on your pattern paper or your fabric. So you need to go learn how to break down properly your body measurements, and also the video is down on the description box. Okay, everything you need is going to be down on the description box. Just follow the steps and just click. Okay, so yeah, learn how to divide your body measurements properly, and once you're done with that, that is number 4B. You move to the last but not the least, which is number 5. Now you know how to take body measurements, you know how to read a tape, you know how to match your sewing machine, and you have your basic tools. Now let's start sewing. So my number 5A, because I have number 5A, B, and C. My number 5A is, now you have this measurement, you have all these things ready, start by creating a basic bodice. Okay, that's my number 5A. So once you know how to use your body measurement, start by creating a top, which is the upper part of the body. Create a top, a basic bodice. Try this on, okay, and you know, find out where you have problem with it and learn how to adjust it to your perfection or to your fitting. And then once you're able to understand how to make a basic bodice, you move on to how to make a basic skirt, okay, which is your lower part of the body, which is my number 5B. So you need to follow this step gradually. This is something that I would recommend to my physical student. Like when you come to learn with me physically, this is how I lay out my course. Okay, like I have a course outline for my students. Like my course outline has all these things written with definitions, with detailed explanation. That is how I teach. So this is how I am going to be, you know, recommending these things to my physical students, and this is what I'm recommending to you too. So you go according to step. Okay, for you to be able to understand how to sew, you go according to the steps. Now you learn how to make a basic bodice, you learn how to make a basic skirt, and once you understand how to make a basic skirt using the body measurements that you've learned, now you can combine the both knowledge together to now make a basic dress, which is my number 5C. You see, step by step. So these are my basic 5 steps that you can follow to actually start sewing. Okay, get your basic tools, learn how to actually match your sewing machine or how to use your hand to stitch. Then learn how to use your tape, how to read your tape. Use that tape to take body measurements. Learn how to take the body measurements, the vertical points, the horizontal points, and then learn how to break these points down gradually, how to break them down, how to mark them down on your pattern or your fabric. And then you move over to using that measurements to now sew a basic top, a basic skirt, and then a basic dress. And trust me, following these steps will take you from no knowledge to a knowledge to some knowledge. And having this basic knowledge is going to now lay a very strong foundation for you to use, you know, to start spreading your wings and flying. Now I actually have like a bonus step, which is step 6, which is for me is bonus. So once you're able to learn how to make a basic bodice, a basic skirt, and a basic dress, you can just learn how to now finish your neckline, your armhole, and your hemline. There are different ways you can finish your neckline, your armhole, and your hemline, which is using either a bias, facing, lining. There are so many ways, piping. So you learn that and you just start practicing with this few knowledge that you have until you are okay with, you know, what you know. Then you can now move into turning your basic patterns into stylish patterns, and then you can start creating that style that you have illustrated that you want to create. You can start working towards, you know, creating it and bringing it to life. So these are my steps. Okay, this is what I think or I know that you can follow and learn how to actually sew. Everybody that have come to learn with me physically will tell you that this is how I follow my process. Okay, this is how I teach. Okay, when you come to me the first day, you must start matching the sewing machine after you've gotten your tools, because you have to get your tools before you register. You have your tools, you come to me the first day, you have to start matching the sewing machine. Once I'm satisfied with the lines and how you're sewing, then I teach you how to read the tape, and once you're reading the tape properly, I teach you how to take body measurements. And once you know how to take body measurements, now I am going to go ahead and teach you how to break that body measurement and use it to create a pattern or, you know, create something and sew. So this is my process, and this is what I feel like anybody can follow and actually know how to sew. Okay, so yeah, this is it. I hope this video is of help to somebody out there. Let me know in the comment section. And if you have any question or any other thing you want to say, let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to be replying you either with making a video or just replying you down on the comment section. Just let me know, suggest whatever you want to suggest, ask whatever you want to ask. I am here, okay? And yeah, thank you for sticking with me from the beginning to the end. This is Vivian here on my channel. I show you how to make outfits in a beginner's way, okay? Beginner steps. And that's what I do on here, because I'm kind of a self-taught designer and I'm spreading my knowledge. So welcome to my channel. Please do not forget to subscribe if you find this particular channel interesting and you feel like you can grow here, you can learn here. Subscribe down below, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend this to other people. From your comment and your thumbs up, your engagement, this video gets recommended, okay? So don't forget to do it. And if you want to help me share, I love you in advance. Thank you for doing that. I am going to be signing out, okay? I'll see you on my next video. Bye.